Hi everyone, it's been requested a number of times that I do a reaction video to a UK dash cameras compilation. So this is what we're doing today. Let's crack on. So this is compilation number 23. Please do subscribe to UK dash cameras. There's a lot of stuff on their videos. Let's get cracking. Lorry, yeah, classic Sideswipe. Now, I've not seen these clips.
And the next night it happened again.
First thing, I'm just going to pause that before we go on to the next clip. In fact, I'm just going to go back to the beginning. Let's get it playing from round about here. Notice we don't see much footage from the start of this clip to the collision. Obviously the lorry came from lane 1 and sideswiped this car that we're watching from. Pretty poor lane discipline. The camera car here could have maybe gone a little bit further forward and then maybe tucked it back to the left if the lorry's that side. But with this car on the right hand side, they've got a little bit more of an issue. I would be either behind the lorry or past the lorry. I would never put myself in a situation for any longer than necessary that I'm going to get sideswiped. Let's see what happens. See the shadow of the lorry on the left hand side, I think, there as well. Scary situation though. Not nice to be in something like that.
And the next night it happened again and again.
Yeah.
Glad everyone was okay with that one. Pretty poor footage. Whoa, what a terrible emerge. Private hire taxi. Not gonna lie, I was expecting a blast of the horn there. That's usually what we see from these compilations, so well done to Brent for not going down that route with it. Okay, here's Brent again. I think I recognise this roundabout. It looks as though, I had to think there for a second, it looks as though it's near Triumph Chester where I bought my motorbike from. Someone in the comments is going to know exactly where this is. Is this close to Triumph Chester? I think Triumph Chester, if you turn left, just down that road. Anyway, let's see what Brent does. He does a pretty good job with the previous clip. Now, it just skipped there a little second when I unpaused, so I'm just going to drag this back a little and then we'll see what goes on. Yeah, poor emerge by the Audi, but Brent didn't do a brilliant job. He kept really straight. I'm just going to pause it again and just drag it back a little again. He kept really straight. So look, the Audi's already on the roundabout prior to Brent S getting on it. The Audi should give way to the camera car without causing any issues. So there's an issue with the emerge, but there's also a pretty big issue with how Brent S deals with this one. He goes shortest route and it causes more issue. Just slow it down, allow the Audi to finish and get past the back of the roundabout, and then you've got a nice clear flowing route to the left, but it doesn't go like that. Again, I'm just gonna, I don't know whether it's just jumping on my system, I'm just gonna let it play all the way through again so we can have a little look. I'm gonna have a little drink. Yeah, not good by both. Okay, next clip. That's emerging, hold back. Heavy on the horn. You could see that happening a mile off. Yeah, the onus is to emerge correctly, but not good. White car's the issue. Without question, stay back of it. Nah, it's just poor driving. It's poor driving from the last two clips. It's poor driving from both parties. back to the, I think it was an ice cream van, emerging out. You could see it was going to take that emerge. Just appreciate the difficulty for some vehicles sometimes taking spaces, and then you see people on the main road just speeding up because they've got priority. Same with the camera car operator. It's Brent again. Same with Brent again. He had priority, yes, but you could see it was going to go on. It's sort of like when people are challenged with someone else wants to do something, they're going to be really stubborn and say, no, I'm not letting that happen. Anyway, not good. Wow, those two are travelling. It's terrible, that. Oh, that could have been a fatality quite easily. And this vehicle that's in front of the camera car operator here would have been involved, and involved quite significantly as well, because the rate that those two idiots were travelling at just makes me think of the sad situation with Liverpool footballer recently. Travelling too quickly and you have a blowout, it can be fatal. Sad. Don't drive like this. Okay, what's going to go on here? It says at the top of the screen, can't see all the writing, but it says about a bit distracted. So yeah, the driver of the white Kia was a little bit to the right there. Just bumped a curb. It could be distracted, or they could be having a medical episode. I've said this before. They are a danger. Call the police and inform them. Keep yourself back out of away from it though. Okay, what's going on here? Roundabout. Wow, that's a terrible emerge. Viewer did pretty good there. There's no horn, he just fixed it. I'm saying it's a he. He means she and she means he when I say that on these clips. Red light, okay. Yeah. Terrible driving, but it's just commonplace in our roads. Yeah, they're going to jump a red light as well. From that was a right turning lane, they've just binned it. Don't think that clip matched up. Just going to pause this. We can already see what's going to go on from Ty, but just that previous clip, it didn't quite match from the front footage straight into the rear footage. There was sort of like a little bit of a delay. What I tend to do is sync the clips up, so when I switch the footage you can see the timing of it. There was a little delay there. That red car, I think, moved and then decided to jump after the lights had changed. I couldn't be certain, but that would have been my guess there. Here, what's going on here? Well, we've already sort of analysed the clip, the one that I think was near Triumph Chester. Same sort of scenario. This vehicle should have emerged without causing problems to this viewer or this camera car operator. But if you look at where the roundabout is and to the left, that the space that this camera car operator should be using, this blue SUV emerging has only got to travel a little bit, and then this camera car operator can head round the back of them. So this emerge isn't too bad, but it's, I know what's going to happen even before seeing it. The camera car operator is just going to go straight and just probably blast the horn or something. Let's have a look. Now again, I think my OBS system just jumped a bit, so we're just going to skip back a little second. There's no audio, but you can see, yeah, it's exactly what I said was going to happen. What's going on here? Whoa, what a terrible overtake that is. What if a kid ran out? Viewer was an absolute plonker there as well. Or the camera car operator. Just pushed it into that issue and just made it a bigger problem. Says at the top, you don't have the priority. I think we can all tell what's probably going to go on with this clip from Annabelle M before it even happens. They should be given priority. The camera car, Annabelle, should have been given priority. But she just zooms in and just blasts the horn. Not good. Okay, police pulled out. That's fine. Why are they stopping on red? Oh, green, sorry. What's going on? Are they distracted? They on a mobile phone? Doubt it. You never know. Seems strange behaviour from the police officer. Does seem really follow me. Okay, so my thoughts now, they're either looking for this driver or this driver's just given them a shed load of abuse. Well done, the police officer. That's my take on it. We're going to cut another round. Yes, of course we're going to cut another roundabout. Now, I don't think that was timed, so there was a big possibility. I'm just going to skip back a bit. I don't think that next clip was timed, so there was a possibility of the camera car operator flowing round the back of the Audi very easily. Let's have another little look at this one. Without question, the driver of the black Audi should be given way, and it is timed totally differently than the previous mini roundabout clip. But the camera car operator, mine Jezza, takes again shortest route and makes the situation worse. If you know that this Audi is coming out, just slow. You've got plenty of time, if you like, from here to effectively where the white van is virtually in front. All right, you'd be turning a little earlier than that, but slow down in this little pocket, allow the Audi past, and then go round. Again, I'm just going to replay that just so it flows. Yeah, not good from both. Easily sortable. I would have made that a non-event.
I'm still yet to witness a brake check. It'd be quite funny actually. I've got dash cams.
I've just heard the camera car operator, Ryan C, by the looks of it, saying, I've not witnessed a brake check. Okay. They're way too close to this vehicle in front. 40 odd miles an hour as well. Can't see any other lights in front. I don't think there's anyone in front of this vehicle. The camera car operator looks as though they've just put the hazards on. Or, yeah, probably hazards by the reflection. Or is it just the left? It might have just been a left signal on. Don't know. Don't know what's going on here. Is this a little bit of road rage? You need to keep further back, though, to increase your view. You need to be able to see round that side of it. It's vice versa from my my picture in the top left corner. And now the car moves on. Yeah, it's definite road rage, and it's probably triggered by Ryan C. Wow, now it's escalated. Just stop, don't move, or go past and get on with it. Okay. Strange one, that, don't you think? Not good. Not good. There were things that Ryan C should have done better also. Okay, the vehicle in front, obviously getting a little bit of impatience with the van. The van could be doing this perfectly as well, to be honest. There could be someone in front and they're not tailgating. But Daniel R, the viewer, has gone right in and they're involved within this situation now. If there's a collision here, Daniel R's involved. Just back off. You've got a decent enough view of it and you can see what's going on. Not good. White car's terribly close to the SUV in front. Oh, right, okay. Use the hard shoulder to overtake. Wow. But yeah, the point with that, don't get yourself involved in other people's stupidity. I know this clip. What I'm going to do is just pause it. And I'm going to let you have a look at this. I didn't know this clip sent in to the UK dash cameras. Joe sent it in to me as well. And I've actually done a video on it. It may have even been released. I think it will be by the time that this reaction video goes out. So I'm just going to get rid of me and let you watch it. It's this silver Focus that's just moved to the furthest left behind the white Mercedes and the blurred out van. It's not nice, this clip. Not going to say much about it because, like I said, I've already done an analysis video on it. All I will say is the fella in the vest is a plum. How tough are you? Wow. Anyway, that's about the end of that clip. The Focus gets on its way and the van follows this viewer as well. What's going on here? Okay. Impatient and just driving a pavement. Wow. Honestly, disgraceful. Oops, that's just had a little nudge. The Kia registration does look pretty visible as well. What would you do in this situation? I would definitely get out and tell the driver of the Ford what they've just done and saying I've got dash cam footage as well. If not, I'm just going to pause this clip a second. We'll deal with obviously the white SUV in a sec. Yeah, what I would have done with that previous clip, if didn't get any joy from the car that collided with the other parked one, I would have found some way of leaving my details, maybe a business card just underneath the windscreen wipers or something, just to say your car's been collided with, I've got dashcam footage, and please do that if you ever see that. It's happened to me a couple of times in car parks, and luckily we've found the people who've done it, but people aren't good, they'll just drive off. One of the big reasons why you should be running a dash cam. Be a good person. Okay, back to this clip. The white SUV it's got to be. Yep, straight on from a right turning lane, cuts in front of the bus. Not very good, but I've seen worse. What's going on here? The vehicle emerging. I'm just going to pause this. It looks as though, can't see brilliantly, looks as though there's an obstructed view from this road on the left. Back off, you know they're coming out already, they were moving. Okay, now there's just a little bit on this. I've got a little bee in my bonnet with teaching students and instructors this at the minute, so I'm just going to explain this within this video. Driver of the red Ford in front. Rubbish, terrible emerge. The reason why people often get these wrong is because they don't look left well enough. When you're emerging to the left, the sharpness of the bend determines how big a space that you need to emerge safely. If you've got a sharper bend, you've got more steering input, therefore you need a bigger gap. And I'm suspecting this driver of this red Ford has just seen the camera car operator coming down and thought, yeah, that's a normal gap, and just pulled out and didn't realise how sharp a turn it was. Happens quite often. Be aware of that if you're coming into that situation. Didn't look as though Dave did too bad of a job. Not bad, Dave. Okay. Tom M is nice and slow with this. That's good. Whoa! Tom, I'm just going to pause it. Tom, couldn't have done anything with that. In fact, I'm just going to go back up and have another look at that one. Hopefully don't go too far back. Here we go. That's perfect. I'm just going to pause it here. Tom M did a real good job. His speed was great. Just roll it on a little bit. And there's nothing saying that you're going to have an issue. You would expect people, if they're going to come in the direction of travel, to be nice and straight coming up to this T-junction, and definitely not just cutting a corner in a manner that they did. It's because they were way too fast and they were looking straight on. This is actually an A-pillar blind spot moment as well from the vehicle that comes out and collides with Tom M. But Tom M, just maybe stop. I still think you would have been collided into, but just try and stop a little quicker. That was my first reaction. Like I said, I haven't seen these clips. Maybe not. Tom did a pretty good job there. Terrible by the Mercedes driver. I thought CV, the viewer there, tried to be positive a little late. The Mercedes was going to go, and that's not the time to be positive. Be positive before the Mercedes is going to go, but be ready to give way and submit. So don't be too positive. Difficult balance that, but yeah, with that clip. Where's the taxi going? Is they're heading up at the top. Yes, jumped a red light on the right. I think the camera car operator should have done a little better job with that, to be honest. Now, I'm just going to pause this clip here. I actually know this clip as well from Scratch 83. I've been sent this one. But I'm just going to go back to the previous clip. I think the camera car operator could have and should have spotted that red private hire taxi coming through and just literally just stopped. I know it's tough. I know blame is with the taxi, however, it's irrelevant. You should be doing your utmost to stop any collisions or problems happening. Remember, blame is not something that I'm really too interested in. It does come up on the channel a little bit sometimes, but us on this channel, including all my brilliant viewers and subscribers, we're all of the mindset, or should be trying to get of the mindset, what can we do to stop a situation happening? I'm just going to let you watch this clip as well. I know what's going on with this clip, and it says at the top, biker has every right. Sort of, but I know this clip, I think the biker could have done a little more a little sooner to just fit into a little bit better pocket of space. All I'd be interested in is your opinion on whether he was justified getting off his bike to reprimand. Let's have a look at it. I'm going to have a drink again. It's this red SUV to the right hand side. Not good from the red SUV. I think the biker probably had a little chance, like I said, to just go a little quicker, a little sooner. But watch what he does now.
What are you doing?
Say it again.
What are you doing?
That's what you fucking did. Come over the inside.
No, that there is
Yeah.
one lane into here, right? You went across the hatchings, nearly knocked me off my bike. Keep an eye on what you're doing, you idiot.
Yeah, a little bit of swearing there, I apologise. However, biker was correct in his analysis of it. I'm just going to pause this clip a little moment. Don't know what's going on with Michael M's clip. It's obviously an important one because it's been zoomed in. Anyway, back to the biker clip. What the biker said was correct technically about the lanes. Driver of the red SUV shouldn't have been doing that. However, do you understand the point that I said that maybe the biker could have gone a little sooner? It's quite obvious that you've got that vehicle next to you and that it's not continuing the other direction. It's a difficult one, but maybe you can be switched on enough just to maybe get ahead a little bit further and reduce the risk. Driver of the red SUV though, wah, wah, not good. Back on with this one.
I assume they're doing.
I shouldn't laugh. Honestly, I shouldn't laugh because that was just sort of like that nervous laughter. I apologise, but that could have been a pedestrian walking across there or even waiting there. That's terrible. Again, it could be a medical episode. I'm just going to switch this back and have another little look at this.
I assume they're doing.
No. Straight into reverse. No, that was not a medical episode, I don't think. All right, that looks as though it's finished. Let's just go back to me. Yeah, it didn't look as though it was a medical episode for me on how quickly they put the vehicle into reverse. It was just purely distracted driving. Okay, it's interesting to see a couple of clips that I've been sent on there as well. I hadn't had a look at this compilation before I did this reaction video. I think that's the best way to do it. Just let me have my initial opinion. Honestly, I didn't expect the level to be my viewers' level of clip. We don't get, I mentioned it a few in my compilations recently as well about I put some older clips back from 2018 on, and the reaction of people even pulling out on a roundabout and the horn going on is totally different from the clips that I get sent in. I probably expected a little bit more of that from a compilation from UK dash cameras. because I think that people do realise that if he sent me a clip and their actions weren't brilliant, they're going to be pulled for it, and they're not going to do that. So that's probably why a few get sent over to UK dash cameras. Listen, everything that you see on dashcam compilations, excuse me a second, that was just my phone going, let's get rid of that. Yeah, everything that you see on dashcam compilations can be used as educational. I can't feature every single clip instantly as soon as they're sent in. If you want your clip on, do send them into UK dash cameras as well. I've actually quite enjoyed having a look at this for the first time. Would be really interesting in the comments if you let me know how useful you think it is. Notice my initial reaction as well is just inbuilt. The stuff that I'm trying to do about making it a non-event and doing your utmost to stop things happening isn't something that's just analysed when I watch a clip 3 or 4 times. It's inbuilt into my head, and that's exactly how you should be trying to operate your car. Keep safe, everyone. I'll see you soon.